Something's on my mind, so I wanted to come and find something new with you. I don't know, that was something fun right there. Hey, Nemo Ashong here. Question for you. Is there something in your life that you're the best at and you're hiding it? And I bring this up here because I just had a conversation with someone who made me think back to an event that happened my first year of work. And we were working, it was January, we were working on a project for work, and it was going to take some extra time. We needed to get some information back from the client, and we might have to work some late nights and also some time over the weekend. And my manager said something that was pretty innocuous in the moment, but it's continued to stay with me. She's like, things are coming in, and we might have to work through the weekend, and it's a holiday weekend. But let's be real, Martin Luther King Day is kind of a frou-frou holiday as it is, right? So that happened, and I remember sitting there, and honestly, no thoughts came to mind. I was just like, oh, okay, first time working. I'm like, okay, guess that's the case. But what was interesting was how everyone in the room kind of had one of these moments, and then turned and looked at me, and just looked at me. It was very, it was. In retrospect, it's incredibly hilarious. I'm gonna say hi to you, Alex. How's it going? Good sir. And what came up was this thought of, wait a minute. Now, as I continue to build a business, as I'm working with people, and as I continue to show up more fully on a regular basis, the thought of, hold on, if Martin Luther King can be considered frou-frou, then who am I? I have no chance, right? I'm over here, I'm wearing a yellow shirt today. I'm out there talking about joy, possibility, inclusion, authenticity. If that guy who had so much gravitas and changed the entire world really, can be considered frou-frou, then who am I? And what came up in the rest of the conversation, it was part of my mastermind. What came up in that conversation was that I was feeling some disdain. I was feeling some resentment as I started seeing people posting more and more vulnerable things online. I'm actually very fortunate to surround myself with people who are willing to share their truth in the world. And I was like, you know what? All this vulnerability, it's too much, isn't it? It's just too much. And that's really interesting coming from me. I'm like, it's just too much that they're sharing, right? And my friend came out and she said, is it really too much? Or is it that we ourselves are feeling a little something because we aren't being vulnerable ourselves, because that's what we want to do, and we're not actually allowing that to come forth. And honestly, it led to a wonderful conversation that showed me a lot. We got to explore. For me, the thing that I feel out of all the work that's coming up for me, joy is incredibly vulnerable for me right now. And it's so odd because that's what people associate with me with. People naturally see that as a great, as a thing that I bring to the world. And at the same time, when I think about it from the ability for me to help other people, for me to support other people, for me to build a business and build my life around it, it feels incredibly frou-frou at times. And that right there keeps me hiding. And it's the best thing about me. Well, one of the best things, right? But it's one of my talents, one of my strengths, one of my gifts in life. And so I wanted to just bring this up here for you to just get some time to think through for yourself. What are some of the things out there? What's one of the gifts that you have? What's one of the talents that you have that you're hiding on right now? And why might that be? For me, I'll call it out. I want to be taken seriously, and I want to have a good time. And that part right there is not always easy to do. So I want to just give you this here as something to ponder on, to think through through the rest of your day. What are some of the things that you're best at that you're hiding, and why? Some clues as to why you might be to some of the things that you might be hiding. For me, it was the word. I use frou-frou a lot. That word comes up in my mind. I'm like, where did frou-frou even come from? And it was being able to tie it back to that moment. So just giving you, want to give you that little nugget there, and so that you can bring this out into the world and allow that strength of yours to shine through the work that you do. I'm very excited to bring this all the way through 2019 because I know that when I come from a joyous place, things just line up for me. So I'm not holding back. I'm not hiding it anymore. And we're going to have a really good time with it. So I'll leave you with this thought. Leave a message, put a message in the comment. What's one thing that you're exceptional at, that you've been hiding, that you've been holding back, or that you've been really just afraid to put out there for fear of backlash or, you know, something that might require additional vulnerability just to show how great you are. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. All right. I'll be looking out into the comments. I'm looking forward to seeing what you all have to say on this here. Help me elaborate this thought. This is one of the things that is still developing, and I like to come to you with things that are happening in real time. Leave a comment, leave a message, and I'll talk to you soon. Here's to your continued success. Be more you, my friends. Journey on.